Hello there, Aries. Michele Bee here, and I like to help you raise your vibration so that you can attract in more love, abundance, and soul purpose, that is meaning, into your life. I like to provide tarot readings at least once a month, sometimes 2 times a month, so that we can figure out how to best use the energies when we combine that tarot with astrology going through the month so that we can attract in those things that I just mentioned. So we're looking at December of 2021 for Aries. It is, as I'm recording this, we are getting into Sagittarius season and the energy is hot. All right. After a long Scorpio season that was a little bit challenging for a lot of people, but it was very productive. Lots of nonsense got cleared out. Aries, you're ready to go ramming your way through the month. And we're being warned, Aries, as you're going through the month of your sister sign, a fire sign, you're being warned that you might end up butting heads with the people that you love the most. So remember to appreciate opposing viewpoints as you go through this month. I know you do appreciate the viewpoints of the people that you love. That's why you love them, but you have to remember to show them that you appreciate their viewpoints so that they feel seen and heard, and give them room to experience that. In the meantime, you're excited. You're going full steam ahead in all of the exciting, inspiring projects and endeavors that you're working on, and things are going pretty darn well in all of them. As long as you remember to listen to not only your partners, your people that are close to you, your coworkers, but also listen to the fragments of yourself. So we all have different parts of ourselves. We get fragmented as we go through life. And Aries, I feel like as you're going into this Sagittarius season, that masculine fire energy wants to just burst and get going and be stubborn and just do what they want to do. But you're being asked to loosen your bone a little bit, soften up, and embrace also at the same time, embrace the feminine stance of creativity and flow and receiving from others so that other people can have their way as well, and other people can have their input into everything that you're doing. Overview of everything that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your abundance messages and your love messages, but first a quick overview of the energies. This is how I got the information that I got, besides just the astrology of Sagittarius season right now. And there's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius that's also a solar eclipse, and that's one of the things that's really going to fire you up in the season. You're going to be really idealistic. You really want to get things done, and you're like, you want it now, right? So how's that going to work with everybody else that also wants what they want and want it now? It might end up causing a little bit of conflict, but you're aware of this. You know that lots of people are leveling up right now. Lots of people, that's why we got the world. It's a transitional time, moving from an old chapter to a new chapter. And it's not just a change of the mundane stuff, like the physical environment and like the job and the way that you treat your body or relationships, but it's like a consciousness shift that is adjusting to the times, and it's got you really excited because you're all about recognizing fairness in society. And you're like, I want to do what's right for everybody. And you know that there's so much work to be done, right? But you're being called to take a little bit of time. We got the High Priestess here. It was in the reverse, so let's talk about it a little bit. The High Priestess is about following your intuition and knowing that there's a guidance beyond the status quo. So you definitely know the status quo rules and regulations, but there's a part of you that knows that there's something bigger, and you're being called to pay attention to that. And it's a very feminine kind of energy that goes beyond patriarchal conditions that we're in right now. So we had the Two of Cups also in reverse, and it was like, be careful about having balance in your connections. You have a lot to feed into the different endeavors, projects that you're doing, whether this be in your home life or in your work life or any other social situations. You have so much that you want to pour into it, and you have so much you want to take out of it. Other people want to exchange in that as well, and you're being asked to give space for that balance. So that's what I'm talking about with the feminine. The feminine allows, whatever gender you identify in as, feminine allows. So it's like allow other people to have their input and receive as well. Okay. So this might be a little bit challenging to the way that you're accustomed to doing things. But remember that you are limitless, and I like that with the world being here. I am limitless. I can change whenever I want. And Sagittarius season is all about the change at will. I don't always have to do the same things the same way all the time. I'm able to adapt to new environments so that not only I succeed, but also so that all the people around me succeed as well. Now for your abundance messages, I got the Empress, which is really cool because she's so creative. It's a symbol of wealth. She came up first, and then I got the Queen of Cups and the Six of Wands, which are very, very good for receiving and bringing in a lot of accolades and recognition from other people, and that ends up turning into money, of course. It's interesting that the Empress showed up on one end of the reading, the Emperor showed up on the other. So we're talking about a balance of the masculine and feminine, a balance of the masculine and feminine. So you're finding this within yourself and in your relationships, so that everyone that's involved is contributing and receiving. So we have to make sure and give space for that. Check in as often as you can with the people that you are connected with, the people that you're working with your family. Make sure that everybody's happy, because sometimes people feel in the presence of Aries, I love you so much, you want to take care of everybody, but in the presence of Aries, often other people get real quiet. And so it's really important that other people can have their ability to speak up for themselves when they're ready for it, but you got to give them space to do that sometimes. So be sure to check in. So we got the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles coming in to clarify a little bit. And this, I'm really feeling between the Queen of Cups and these two guys being here, I'm feeling a strong home influence. I really feel like if things are harmonious in your home, then they're going to be even more abundant in your work. Even if, like, especially if you do work from home, but like having that balance in the home space, letting other people have their say and have their contribution, and be able to get their needs met from your home space is going to make things like, first of all, it's going to bring you good luck in your work, but it's also going to just keep things a little bit, so you just don't have to think about it while you're in the economic realm. And of course, it's going to help your physical health as well if you relieve stress. So allow yourself, when it comes to abundance, I like these two ladies being here. Look at them looking at each other there. These two ladies are all about creating and receiving from the feminine standpoint. So whatever you can do to put yourself in this receiving space as much as you can is going to be really good for you in the month of December. Soften it up. You're going to get a lot accomplished by doing very, very little. Instead of ramming yourself through as you normally would, it's not the time for ramming. Right, said this Sagittarius season is about still working from that heart space, being excited about everything you do, but doing it in a much gentler way. More like empowering the energies around you, and you are so empowering. Empowering those around you to succeed will bring you success. So now let's look at the love messages that we have here. And interesting. Here's Mr. Sagittarius right in the middle. He was the first card. And as I mentioned, this is the masculine side, isn't it? So we got the Emperor, we got the Sagittarius King of Wands, and we've got the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot in reverse being here as a major arcana, so is the Emperor. It's talking about your destiny, talking about your journey through this life and what you were meant to do, your soul purpose. What does that have to do with love? Sometimes we separate all these different compartments into our lives, and we're just like, well, if I get tangled up in a relationship, then it's going to deter me from my soul purpose. Or, just because I broke up with somebody, that means that I wasn't in my soul purpose or something like that. And you're being reminded that everything you do is part of your soul purpose. Your whole life is your soul purpose. You're always on the right track. It's just a matter of how fast, how quickly you get on it, and how happy you are when you are on the right track. That masculine energy, the father figure kind of energy of Aries, like I said, is coming in. But it's really important to be in the position of being a little bit more, it's not like being passive, it's being honorable and respectable in your connections with others, bringing you self-respect and the respect of others. And this is a really good thing for existing relationships that you have, being this magnanimous kind of energy. It's good for existing relationships, and it's good for bringing in new ones. If you're a single person looking to get into a relationship, you're being told that not only is it going to be good for your destiny, for you to be in a leadership role in some kind of project that sparks your passion, it's in your soul purpose, but it's also going to bring you the kind of connections that you would like to have. Friendships and lovers are going to be coming into your life from the sphere of your passions, from the sphere of the things that excite you. So if you're doing things right now that don't make you particularly exciting, that's why you're not having satisfying relationships. So consider that. Consider spending a lot more time doing the things that make you excited. And if those projects don't already exist, create them. That's what the Emperor would do. And the King of Wands. They're both very ambitious leadership personalities. So create the project to meet the people that you want to meet, if you haven't already. And also, like, if we're looking at relationships, one final thought that I have, if we're looking at existing relationships that you have, remember that there has to be some kind of a purpose for your relationships to continue. If you're drifting apart from your partner because you don't have a collective purpose, a place to go together, a thing that you do together, it's time to, if you want to keep the relationship, it's time to redraft with your sweetheart. What is our mission statement? What do we do with each other? What do we do for each other? Easier said than done. Most people are too lazy. Most people are too afraid to be vulnerable to have this kind of conversation with their partners. But this is what needs to be done. The Tower was here, and so is Temperance. Okay? They're both there, and it just alludes to bickering, leading to all kinds of problems when it comes to your home life and your health, your physical health. Include your sweetheart in the conversation, and we might want to consider taking a course in nonviolent communication, whether it be you or your partner that's having a hard time communicating clearly. That's definitely a consideration that comes up when we're looking at the Tower. Okay, final thoughts. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards with no real explanation other than the textbook definition. And if you resonate with that message, awesome. And if you don't, if it means something to you, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. One more. So we've got 7 of Pentacles, and we've got the 2 of Cups again. This is so interesting when this happens. 7 of Pentacles. Planted the seeds. You're waiting patiently, and your harvest is coming. Is this guy working hard? No. Don't spin your wheels. Don't spin your wheels, okay? Don't work hard, work smart. Be prepared for the harvest. Instead of trying to push the harvest faster, get ready to catch your pancakes by having your plate facing up. Okay, and the 2 of Cups. We also have the 2 of Cups right here. harmony and balance between the masculine and feminine. What can be done? Maybe relationship therapist. Who knows? All right, one last little affirmation. I'm worthy of financial abundance wanted to come out for you. You are worthy of financial abundance, and I feel like it's coming. So anytime that you start questioning whether or not that abundance is on its way, know it is. Okay? Don't lose track. Don't get impatient. It's coming. Okay, this is where I leave off. If you love this reading, make sure and give it a thumbs up, and make sure and subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram. The link is in the description box below, and you can shoot me a conversation. We can schedule your private reading if that's what you would like to have. And with that, I leave you. I bid you adieu. Happy holidays. Mwah. Love you, Aries. See you later.